Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to Squared Circle Society, our mega wrestling show. There was a lot of wrestling this week, Todd. You actually watched more than me, which is weird. You watched like all the indies, everything, all kinds of stuff. Good wrestling, bad wrestling. Todd watched it all this week, so
I know it's weird. I don't know. Too much
Very weird for you. Very weird for you. I was gonna say you watched mainstream, you watched indie, just everything. That's so bizarre coming from you.
Yeah, I want to see what XPW was going head to head with, so I got to check it out.
There you go. There you go. It was a busy weekend. I almost felt in a weird way kind of like a WrestleMania weekend for some reason. Not that big, but there's just a shit ton of stuff going on.
With all the shows, it was like stacked. I get what you're trying to go with.
Yeah, yes. What up, GXH? How are you doing? So of course we will be covering XPW, the most important thing, but we'll talk a little bit about all that.
Yeah, it was just other stuff. It was just supposed to be XPW. They're like, oh yeah, isn't that one show this weekend? I guess we should watch it. Oh, yeah, isn't that other show this week? Yeah, I guess we can. So I'm here under protest. I'm here to talk about XPW, and there we go.
The Joe Nan diss track just warped your mind, and you're just into it. Inspired you again, Todd. You're as big a fan as you were when you were a 12-year-old boy. All of a sudden, but yeah, we'll kick it off with XPW, of course, because we'll kick it off with the main event tonight. But so checking in, first XPW show since I've been back from California. Want to be at everyone live. I wish I could, but I think I'll be flying out again soon. But
you don't want to give the date out.
Well, because I don't know for sure.
Okay, I thought you were leaning towards one. So
I will either be most likely at XPW Genocide
2,
or maybe October, but I think I'm leaning more towards coming out for Genocide. Just not that both shows aren't going to be fantastic. It's just, there's a lot going on in October, obviously, because we are also a horror podcast. So, lots of stuff. But so leading up to XPW Broken, Beat, and Scarred, lot of developments. NWA, we did some shitting on Mr. Simon Diamond.
The guy who Pogo the Clown beat?
The guy who Pogo the Clown beat, yes. We thought he was still buried out there in his crawl space, but
that was just his career.
It's his career. Simon Diamond is gone. Pat Kenny lives.
Yeah, there we go.
That'd be a cool sign. Just Pat Kenny lives. Maybe that can be the next thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if Pat Kenny's worthy of a diss track, but I'll call up Brett Lauderdale. Maybe we can collaborate on something for Pat Kenny.
Your boys now?
Also, I really thought so. Tom Latimer backs out. I did think Kat's line, "Smashing Pumpkins suck, Nirvana is better," was pretty funny. I kept thinking, so Todd, I'm a little bit behind on the Rob Black show. I would say this is extremely unlikely, but no chance that this is like some sort of setup for Genocide? Are we getting like NWA versus XPW at Genocide? I'm not getting that vibe, but
yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I mean, all that. Why that gives NWA the rub? I mean, what do they have to offer?
All right, think of it this way though. You do a turn. Tyrus joins Mega Maga.
Okay, well that
makes sense. There's the storyline. It makes sense there. Tyrus joining Mega Maga. I don't know. There's something there. I'm like, at this point so far behind on NWA. I don't know. You got Tyrus, Trevor Murdoch, who I do like Trevor Murdoch. Well, Latimer, of course. Yeah, I don't know. It could be an interesting genocide thing. I don't get the vibe that that's what's happening right now, but XPW versus NWA genocide could be fun, but I don't think so. So Tom Latimer is out. Masada versus Alex Colon is in, and that's kind of pretty much the TV setup for the most part. Kid Osborne, of course, keeps calling the office and finally gets his way. But all right, we'll get right into XPW Broken, Beat, and Scarred. So we kick it off, the promo on NWA and Billy Corgan. If it happens, though, I want to see Corgan and Rob Black going toe-to-toe. That has got to happen. I want to see Corgan get thrown off the top of the cage.
What if they come out McMahon and Bischoff style? Arms up together.
Open challenge to Billy Corgan. So, all right. So we kick it off. Of course, Larry Legend comes out. Little promo on Billy Corgan and the NWA, which was fun. And we kick it off with a big one. Tessa Blanchard making her XPW debut against Alice Crowley.
I'm going to acknowledge the boss came out.
I did. He cut a promo on Billy Corgan.
Okay, I thought. Okay.
Listening ears, Todd. God damn it.
Again, all this wrestling melted my brain.
To set up genocide, of course. Rob Black versus Billy. Team Black.
I don't know why I thought you said cat. Yeah.
The Black Army versus the NWA. Confirmed for genocide. Maybe. But no. Tessa Blanchard. So it was cool seeing her back. Obviously, there's a lot of everybody that's probably listening to this podcast knows the history of that drama, but it wasn't too long ago that she was one of the big stories in wrestling. I mean, Impact World Champion, that was huge. She's beaten Brian Cage, so she has a win over a former XPW alumni.
Former XPW champion.
XPW champion, yes. I was going to say. So she's got cred. Of course, she put down Alice Crowley, who I'm somewhat familiar with Alice's work. I've seen some different work from her. Kind of curious if she ends up being a fixture. I really want Lindsay Snow back. Yeah. I'm hoping that we get her back soon. I'd like to see Mickey Knuckles back too. It's been a minute, and I miss Mickey Knuckles.
Last I heard, there was some drama going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're up to date. What up, Ben Grimm? How's it going? And all right, yeah. So I thought this was pretty big because to me it was a shame. And if you're unfamiliar with Tessa's work, Tessa's legit. Like Tessa was one at one point. People were talking, maybe go to WWE and potentially main event a WrestleMania with Charlotte. She is that good. She's somebody that, quite frankly, I'm shocked they never signed back when they did the Mae Young Classic. I know she was still, fairly early in her career when I think that was one of the early ones. But this is a big pickup, I think, for XPW because she's just too good to be done. And who knows? I don't know what was legit. I have no idea on the poo vid or any of that stuff. That might all be bullshit. But she's too damn good to not be in a major company like XPW. And yeah, good, solid match. She picks up the win. It looks like we're going right into a program with Lou Dark. I think that'll be really cool. And yeah, pretty much just every match potentially for her. I think a Lindsay Snow match would be pretty insane. That might be my top right now as far as what I want to see her do. But yeah, what did you think, Todd? Because I don't know if you were really tuned into Impact at that time, or how well you know.
I know I'm very familiar with Tessa Blanchard, and I watched some of it. I was bitching the whole time with Brian Cage stuff, but you know how I am about that. But other than that, no, I thought she's great. She is great. I mean, not a was thing. I'm not too familiar with Big Al yet, so this is really my first time seeing her, unless I saw her on something on IWTV and just forgot. But so yeah, I'm keeping an eye, see how that goes. And End of the World says he wants to see Ludark versus Tessa at Pomona. Yeah, that would be.
Just wait till Genocide. When I'm there is what I want.
No, next one will work.
Hey, we assume that we're getting a men's Genocide match. There's no guarantee of that. It could be the ladies potentially. I can see some possibilities there. You never know. I'm
just gonna say I don't see that happening, but I get what you're saying.
Never know. Maybe they bring in Cage again, going for revenge against Tessa. never know.
Ben Grimm says Tessa versus the Body. Yeah.
Well, the Body. Well, we'll get to that because I still think he has some unfinished business.
Oh yeah, I want that match in California now. Problematic, but we'll get to it.
I'm excited for Problematic. I won't be back there for that. The soonest would be Genocide, but man, that sucks now. I want to just be just go to every show, just tour. We got to go out to maybe go out to the UK show, go down to Japan. Just hit them all.
I don't think I can even walk around to Japan. They don't have anything made my size.
I've been to Japan, and yeah, there are certain things that are definitely culture shocks. The pod hotels or whatever they called them back then. But it's an interesting experience. You'll enjoy it. And the flight is a fucking nightmare, though. That's the only thing. It's a cultural experience, Tad.
It's like
there's a world out there outside California, Tad.
Yes, Dan, you're like a tiny, normal-sized person. I'm like 6'5", giant.
I'm not a small man, Tad. I'm bigger than your average Japanese.
You're tiny citizen. To me, so.
Well.
Well, yes, you're definitely bigger than one of the average ones. We got to hear Mega Butcher's review of the.
Yes, well, he was smashing a lot of poontang according to the Rob Black show. So yeah,
well, I was going to ask him that part. I am. Yeah.
We just got to bring the Maga Butcher on and talk about nothing but all the poontang he was smashing in Japan. Not ask him a single thing about wrestling. We're just gonna focus on that. He's got to bring Munch down for that though too. He's got to bring Munch in Japan. I feel like that's a whole reality series that could go on Stream XPW. But continuing along with the show, Kat Martini is out next, defending her title against Hardcore Hillbilly because the Body has a staph infection, so certainly understandable.
A disease-ridden cock. From Dirty Vagina.
They did not confirm that, Todd. Don't put that out
on the XPW
speculation,
podcast, Todd. On the XPW podcast or on Rob Black show, it was stated that he has a disease cock.
Okay, so he could have staph from a Big F and Joe just jabbing that needle.
He said no, it wasn't from that. He said it was fine after that.
Okay, well, it could have been.
See what you missed when you missed the Rob Black show? You're missing this.
This is true. It's a busy holiday weekend, and I am behind. But Rob Black show can't miss. I got to catch up, but it's been a crazy week. But yeah, Hardcore Hillbilly, who
Ben
Ben Grimm survived a needle, but dirty bag will get you every time. I assume he meant vag. I think that might have been a YouTube.
Just let it go. Yeah,
a YouTube edit. But
they're literally right by each other. So he just, damn, Dan, why are you shaming Ben? He had one wrong letter.
It's okay. It's okay. I was just trying
Dan's a dirty
for the
bag.
audio listeners.
Dirty bag, Dan.
Damn it, Todd. Yes. Hopefully he wasn't taking any like suggestions and that's how he got it. But yes, I don't know if he's a Patreon supporter or not. He could be, and if so, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for planting those ideas, buddy. But
autocorrect. Dan is a D-bag. Yeah, that's true.
So yes, Hardcore Hillbilly didn't quite do it. I think he needed to be a little more vicious. I think he was afraid. It's the boss's wife. You know, what's he gonna do?
How excited were you though? Don't even lie.
I'm ready for Hardcore Hillbilly to capture that belt.
He's definitely one of the cold heroes. He's definitely getting that following. His reaction, that was pretty dope. So good for him.
He just comes in, hits her with a destroyer just out of nowhere. Just 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna call it right now. Hardcore Hillbilly is gonna hold XPW Gold in 2023. So
he might be going a little bit crazy there, but 2023, he's
gonna take that belt off Cat.
I don't know.
Maybe a triple threat with the body. That might be a fun match.
I'm telling you, I hope Cat holds it forever.
Beats Roman's record.
Yes, that would be awesome.
That would be cool. Oh, dude, Cat versus Jonan. We got to find out who Jonan is. It's got to be an open challenge. That's amazing to me that nobody has figured out who the hell Jonan is.
I don't know if anyone knows. I don't.
I looked into
GXH. Is there anyone ever figure that out?
Yeah, is there any inside info on who the hell Jonan is? And shout out Jess Graham. Sorry I missed you. Tessa versus Cat. Yeah, I don't know. I think Tessa's going to be going for the women's title right now, but
ICW had a lot of XPW on their show. Yeah, they did.
It wasn't the whole show built around.
Well, there was one whole segment with the promoter that was built around it.
Okay.
I can talk about it later if you really want.
That's fine. So Hardcore Hillbilly failed for now, but it's not over. He's gonna get that belt.
I don't know. I'm the body.
He needs to. He needs to. We needed like a cinematic match where Cat comes to out here to Georgia to take on Hardcore Hillbilly. Fight him on his terms.
The Hillbilly compound.
The Hillbilly compound, Todd. This needs to happen, Todd. This needs to happen.
You know I hate fantasy booking, but
I'm going to just keep doing it. So that's just how it is. We NWA versus XPW Genocide, and I want the cinematic compound match: Hardcore Hillbilly versus Cat Martini. It's got to happen. Maybe we get like the Godwins coming out of a lake or something.
The Godwins.
Fuck yeah, dude. Come on, all the great like Hillbilly Jim, he's still alive.
Uncle Elmer.
No, he's dead. But you could get Hardcore Hillbilly. I mean, not Hardcore Hillbilly Jim coming out of the lake. Can you imagine that? That'd be fucking awesome, Todd. That's genius booking, Todd. I'm just saying. But failed for now. Hardcore Hillbilly's going to get that title, though. Now I want Hillbilly Jim coming out of that goddamn lake. White Trash Johnny Webb. There you go. He can come out of the lake, too. We just get like a whole bunch of like old school like country gimmick.
I don't know. Last time I saw White Trash Johnny Webb was on SpaceX. I'm not even joking.
Like the fucking Elon Musk thing?
He's posted stuff from that.
Okay. Is White Trash Johnny Webb in space?
I don't know. I don't know.
Man. God damn. I didn't know that. I didn't know White Trash Johnny Webb was an astronaut.
I don't think he is, but he posted something from SpaceX.
All right.
You want me to do some research while we're on here?
Yeah, I want to like see what he's doing in space, man. That's fucking insane. But anyways, for now, our next match. All right, Eric Dillinger taking on Lucky 13. This was a pretty badass match, Todd. I had a really good time with this one. Both guys really impressive. I'm going to say this minor weird thing. Gangsta's Paradise does not fit Eric Billington. No. And I like the guy. That does not fit at all. But I definitely want to see more of him in XPW because I thought this match was just wild. Just barbed wire. Lucky 13's amazing. Big fan of that guy. We got that Blue Thunder bomb on the tubes was pretty sick. And this one was some people can make case for match of the night. Honestly, I thought they had a hell of that double stomp onto the chair off the turnbuckles.
Oh, fuck.
We all winced on that one. I was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
And that makes me rethink the training a little bit. I don't think I could take that. So this was a kick-ass match. I dropped the Coolio. I don't know. I was trying to figure that out, but maybe I'm...
Well, okay. For me, that just sticks out as like... It takes away the feel like, okay, this guy's supposed to be hard and a badass. Then you come out the Coolio. I'm like, it's like the whitest like gangster song there is at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my only... And that's just because I'm like my genre and era of music. So it really just sticks out to me like this doesn't fit.
That's one thing
that's a minor thing. I mean, because
it's a minor thing because I think the guy's talented as hell, but it's not at the same time. It's not such a minor thing. I remember back in the day, just like in some promotions, guys would come out to some of the most random stuff, and I was just like, does it fit you though? Like, I get it. It might be your favorite song, but does it fit your character?
And I think in LA, that's going to hit a little different too.
Yeah. Like we're big hardcore hillbilly fans here, but hardcore hillbilly coming out to Gangsta's Paradise, I feel like I love you.
I would pop and I would sing along if he.
I'm telling you, he could do. Now it would work if he does a gangsta gimmick.
Again, the Brett Lauderdale gimmick.
I want hardcore hillbilly now to come out like in a grill. It needs to happen. Wall. It needs to fucking happen. What's that guy that James Franco played?
All right, hillbilly, he's booking for you again.
I know, because it would be fucking awesome. You don't think everybody's gonna lose their goddamn minds if hardcore hillbilly comes out in a grill? Hood approved hardcore hillbilly.
Oh, you're even giving up your hood approved. You're like, take the hood approved.
He has my permission to use it. Hood approved hardcore. Hood approved hillbilly. We know he's hardcore. Just drop it. Hood approved hillbilly.
Okay,
it's money. It's funny.
I still like Dapper Belly that Cat was pushing.
But yes, this was a kick-ass match, man. I like Lucky 13 a lot. I've really grown to enjoy him, and I think both guys, like I said, I know a lot of people that were watching this and came out and said maybe the match of the night. You could argue it, but they certainly had a killer fucking match. So, yeah, and Lucky 13 picks up the win, of course. And then we go on to our women's title match. Becky hates the former Pumpkin Queen taking on champion Ludark Shaitan. Yeah, so I don't know why this is a theme tonight, Todd, and I know it's not the first time, but music again. I don't think No Doubt's I'm Just a Girl fits Becky.
To me, I get like what they're going. That one for me, it does. Could that just be an issue of not liking the song? And I did see the hit 'em up reference Dying Breed. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you listen to the lyrics, it fits.
All right, maybe I'm just not in tune with the.
And I don't like No Doubt. Put a bad name on my city, but whatever.
Yeah. So this does turn into a 3-way with Chelsea Durden, who gets fucked up. Chelsea Durden gets fucked up pretty bad in this one. She pretty much gets murdered, but to the rescue, Masada. And that's
the official on-screen debut of Chelsada.
Chelsada. Yes.
I'm disappointed, New Jersey. Why was there no Chelsada chance?
Chelsada chants need to happen. Those will definitely happen at the next California show.
I wouldn't do that.
But
next time they're back, I don't know if we'll see her back anytime soon.
I need Masada to just cut a promo on somebody. I see lust in your eyes, MAGA Butcher. It's gotta happen now, Todd.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It's gotta happen, Todd. It's gotta happen.
God damn it, Dan.
But Ludark picks up the win. Not on par with some of the previous work that they did. But
Becky Sage and Ludark have had such bangers. It's the high bar.
Yeah, a little off in this one, but nonetheless, a lot of fun. Like I said, Chelsea Durden takes a hell of an ass whipping in this one, and
it was a hard hitting match. I mean, definitely Chelsea got hit the hardest, but
yeah, she got fucked up pretty good.
Get well.
Yeah, get well. I want to see tassels on Masada when he comes back.
Right.
Give him a hat. Come on,
Macho Sada. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. The announcers need to get the finisher right. I think it was maybe Ron. The Masada-mizer. It's been the Masada-mizer for years, and I believe he still calls it the Masada-mizer.
Yeah.
But
is this what I get in my annual dig at Pugs for forgetting the Gods match?
Yeah. Well, I'm skipping ahead to the main event, but we'll rewind a little bit. But it's the Masada-mizer. Get it? He's been doing that for a long time.
Brian Trash said if he didn't have work, he would have been at the XPW show. Well, that's a bummer.
Oh yeah. If you're down there, Brian, let us know and we'll look for you on the streams. Times we've been talking about maybe flying out to a Jersey show.
I was looking at tickets now. Or I was pricing tickets.
Yeah.
I don't know about this show or the next one. I think I'd have to do like an extra day if I did the next one. So, but yeah. And also I'm kind of like waiting on Pugs and seeing where we're going. So
absolutely. Yeah. Ludark retains. Our next match, Osborne taking on Schlack. So props on getting the heat with the I Broke Drake's Back shirt. That was a nice touch. Yeah. We talked about it previously on the show, but it's something that should be said again. That speech, Drake is an absolute fucking icon. And it was a privilege to be able to be there for his maybe last match. It's wrestling. You never know. But being there, I thought that was just a really special night. California 2 was really hard to follow, if we're being honest. But yeah, man, like what a legend. And if you haven't watched California 2 yet, you can still order the back pay-per-views on Stream XPW. California 2 was just an amazing night. One of the best shows I've ever attended live, and I've been to a lot of shows. Another crazy match with that inverted pile driver onto the tubes was pretty sick. We're getting, Schlack missing the big elbow off the top through tubes. I love the Polish hammer spot as well. We get a brawl with the fan on the outside. A lot of craziness.
One of the Boulevard Bullies.
It was funny. I was showing my niece that clip they've all kind of fallen out as far as wrestling. They don't follow it as much anymore. And it was just like, I'm never going to one of those shows, Uncle Daniel. That looks scary.
You know that's rated R, Dan. You shouldn't be showing the children.
Just some. I mean, if one of them hits somebody with the light tube,
come on, let's watch Here Comes the Pain, girls. Yeah, don't do that one. Maybe they could skip that one.
My nephew Nico is like aware of the needle spot, and he's like, "That didn't happen." And
Brian Trash said possible bus trip from NYC to XPW in Jersey. Oh yeah, Brian, you were friends with Jasmine, if memory serves. You used to do the trips, the bus trips previously.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's right.
Those are a fun way to connect with other fans and everything. I love that shit. But of course, Schlack retains. Lots of chaos, lots of blood, lots of violence. At this point, I don't know. Schlack might be your 1,000-day champion at this point. He's had that belt
since California won. It's been a year.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say we're over a year now.
Yeah, over a year now. You're right.
It's gonna be tough to take that belt off of Schlack. Because
I'll admit, I wasn't like this match. I wasn't wasn't like the match. I was like, I can't wait for this one. I was like, it clashes styles. It'll be interesting. But man, these guys delivered. I mean,
Osborne can take an ass kicking too.
Yeah, it was. It surprised me. Like I didn't think it was gonna be bad or anything like that. I just didn't. You know, the styles clash, I wasn't sure, and it delivered way more than I thought it was going to. I mean, not that I didn't, but it was great.
Yeah, no, it was a great time, and the blood was just caking onto the mat off Osborne there at the end.
He said, the light tube throw the end. Yeah, that was.
That was good shit. We follow that one up with the MAGA Butcher taking on Lou Nixon. I like this one a lot. Now, we had a conversation, all of the Flesh Wound guys that night, just in general, about MAGA, the former Necro Butcher, and just how good he was. We talked about his Ring of Honor run. And I can remember being on message boards back then and people just like, what's the Necro Butcher doing in Ring of Honor? And I was like, fuck you. Necro Butcher is an amazing wrestler. It's like Kruger's talked about him before and has said this. Like it always feels like a legit fight with Necro Butcher. I thought some of the shit he did in Ring of Honor was amazing back in the day. And this match was both a crazy brawl, but there was a lot of great chain wrestling, a lot of hard hitting stuff. Those heavy chairs were there were some nasty shots with those. I was watching on the stream. I don't know.
We were all just like, fuck.
There was a few where I could just see like the worst part of it, just catching people. And
it's like every show there, it's like someone, like they throw something. I feel like someone's going to die.
Yeah. There's been a few where there was a lot of squirm moments last night. Butcher showing off just what a great all around worker he is in this match. I mean, it delivered. I really dug this one. It's not the most not the most gory match, but I thought it really stood out as something a little bit different, a lot of psychology. I enjoyed the Rick Rude Warrior finish with MAGA Butcher picking up the win. I don't know. This is another one I could see, maybe depending on the person, being a match of the night contender. I enjoyed it.
I know Butcher was saying that this was like his toughest match since his comeback. So that's a big deal.
And welcome Eric to the chat. How are you doing, man?
What up?
Yeah, it was a really good brawl. And this was a rough show because, again, we're coming off of two, like, really hard to follow shows. Different. It's different. I mean, nobody got nearly burned alive for anything. But I really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy I really enjoyed the card top to bottom.
Well, I have one beef.
The Coolio?
No, and it's pretty big beef.
Okay. So
where was I'm going to say it the other way. The Soul Taker. That's my beef.
Yeah, and more Soul Taker for sure.
We always want some Soul Taker. Come on.
We got to get more Soul Taker on the show for sure.
I heard me to say it that way. Damn you, YouTube.
Maybe he can. We need somebody else in the Mega Maga faction. Maybe we just do Soul Taker.
Just he could do like a cane look for it, so it could be red.
Yeah, there you go, Todd. Or orange. No homage.
Soul Taker is fighting JJ Allen today. Really? Okay.
Awesome. Well, we're big fans of Soul Taker and hope to see him back soon. Fly him out to California.
Right? You'll get that hard chance. Y'all remember what happened when R-Truth showed up?
K. Malik Shabazz, Tad.
I know. I was just, for the people who didn't. They weren't going to get it if I just said it's XPW.
Can you imagine that happening now?
If they release him, please bring him back. Oh, no Hoovy, yeah, no Hoovy. But the Mexicans they tend to do in California. But Hoovy they were bringing to both, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'd do. Maybe he's touring somewhere or something. Yeah, I missed Hoovy. There were several names I kind of missed on this show. Obviously now. It sucks when you don't get to see the body because he's always a highlight. But hopefully he's not out long.
He did get 3 matches last show.
That is true. He was kind of the Iron Man last time, or Iron Woman last time.
Iron Person, Dan.
Iron Person. He was both.
Jesus.
So now on to our main event, the XPW Heavyweight title. Masada taking on Alex Colon. So now obviously I feel like I mean it seemed potentially set up that Latimer was going to get the belt. Maybe not. I don't know. It sort of seemed like that may have been what the plan was, and I'm kind of curious to listen to Rob Black to see where they might have been going. But Alex Colon, I know Eric in the chat, not a fan, but I love Alex Colon. Ideally, I think we should have had him maybe around a little bit more before the switch, but I don't know the circumstances. Masada was fucking burned. He may need a little bit of time to.
Well, and that's the other thing. Like GXH said, it was a 40-minute match. Masada wasn't 100% too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think what he did, of course, going back to California too, and here, like, I don't know for the live crowd how it would have played, what you could have seen, but like the skewers in the fucking hand, like, goddamn, that looked like it hurt. I thought this told a good story for sure.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, working over the hand, the rubbing alcohol, the Ron needing to learn that it's the Masada-mizer. It's not a Death Valley driver, but that's okay. Still doing a lot of insane shit. And you know what? Alex Colon has a lot of buzz right now. I mean, he's a 16-year veteran. Of course, any Deathmatch fan knows who Alex Colon is. But I thought that the promo at the end, all that Twitter stuff, I got blocked in the thread by Mr. Brett Lauderdale in the thread where Alex Colon was shitting on him. All I said was don't hold out on him with all that Desert Eagle money you made. And it was like blocked.
Of course, you can't even say that.
I know. I can't see any of the new diss tracks or anything. It's like Cruel and Unusual Punishment is what it is.
Hey, you can go look on the Flesh Wound one, unless you got us blocked there too.
This is true. Probably blocked all around, Ted. Probably blocked all around. Anybody that has anything to do with me at this point. I'm blocked with Joe Nan and all of the greats, Ted. But yeah, we get the invincible door. That thing didn't want to break.
Yeah, that fucker was tough. Let's not use the. Let's not use the fuck. That was just
yeah,
heavy duty. You got to knock on that shit first.
Yes, GXH. I am blocked by Lauderdale, not by the GCW account though. I don't know.
Well, when you say Desert Eagle over there, you'll get blocked there.
And I'll get blocked there too eventually, but I'll save my Desert Eagle for the right moment. I'll save it for the right moment. But yeah, pretty wild. Like I said, a little bit different. I mean, the fact that Masada can even move without being in pure agony right now is amazing to me. Still, and if you saw it on the feed, I mean, the hand, like, god damn, dude, like I'd just be like, you can't touch my hand, guys, in this one. Like, holy shit. So obviously, you know, Drake, Masada now, hopefully not for long, but a lot of unfortunate injuries. I think Alex Colon is going to be awesome in XPW. They'll have to take a little time, get him into like a really good rivalry. There's a lot of potentially fantastic opponents for him. I wouldn't mind seeing, maybe a title match with Lucky 13 at some point. And hopefully the next show, the Body's back. Of course, he's going after Cat right now, but I'm really excited for all the new potential matchups for Cologne in XPW.
Yeah.
I say this every show, but maybe Marty Skrull. Feels like the time maybe to look into that. But so yeah, another awesome show. I'm really looking forward to Problematic. So what do we got? We got, see if my math's right. We got Problematic. What's after Problematic? There's one more before Genocide. Problematic.
I don't know the name of the Jersey show. The next one.
Okay, so
I'm sure it has one, but I don't know the name of it off.
Yeah, so that'll be really exciting as well. Need to see them all live. That's the only thing. Made me sad that I wasn't there, but overall another kick-ass show. And yeah, you guys should check it out if you haven't already. Go back, check out California 2 if you have not. And Todd, I suppose we're going to talk about some other wrestling since we went right through the XPW show pretty quickly. We have to.
Which one are we going to talk about first?
All right. So even though we literally just finished it, I feel like I don't have a lot to say. So let's talk about the AEW pay-per-view. And I'm not going to go match for match, to be honest.
Thank you.
Yeah. So much enthusiasm, Tad.
Oh, man.
Through it all. I did want to say it's been close to a year. Jeff Hardy looked rough. He had a nasty botch on Whisper in the Wind. That was on the buy-in. Other than that, good. But Jeff was showing some ring rust in that. But
Hardy was high again.
Yeah. I am going to do some bitching on this. The Blackjack Battle Royal. I recognize that he has his fans. From day one, I've not been an Orange Cassidy fan. Not a fan of the gimmick. I think he's a talented worker. I think the gimmick's dumb. It's one of those ones that obviously it's over, or it was over with kids and everything, but I just don't get it. I never did. Maybe I'm getting old. I didn't get it. I felt like they could have taken the international title off of him. here for me. Put it on Swerve, put it on whoever. There's several people you could put it on, but I wasn't a fan. Are you an Orange Cassidy fan? We don't
Oh God, no! You should know better than that.
I didn't think so. I don't know. I didn't like it. I will say Commander, that running the full length of the ropes for that corkscrew plancha movie did was pretty fucking cool. But yeah, Cassidy retains. Adam Cole Jericho, decent enough match. Always cool seeing Sabu. He did do a spot, which I was surprised.
I was like, no, don't do it.
He did kind of have that like fuck like look on his face after he did it. But it's all Sabu's a fucking hero of us all. So it was cool seeing it. But yeah, like that had to hurt. But
former XPW champion.
Former XPW champion, yeah. I mean, and also like he, I don't know if he's going to work a match at this point, but unfinished business with Dirty Ron.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying it's set up.
Yeah, I don't want to see Sabu work again.
Cole gets the win there via ref stoppage. Then we had the AEW Tag Title Match, which I don't know. Again, I know that's part of the heat that they're going for, but AEW is struggling to get guys on TV, and I get it. I like Jeff Jarrett as much as the next guy, but I can understand a little bit of anger. Jarrett's, I think, 56. I don't feel like you have to have him. You've got such a stacked, bloated roster. I don't feel the need for him here. And it's not that he's not still, amazing for a guy in his mid to late 50s at this point. But I did pop for Aubrey Edwards getting hit with a guitar, though. And, it was a fun enough match. FTR retains. So, Todd,
what?
TNT title ladder match. We talked about this because we were watching at the same time. Wardlow taking on Christian Cage. We never see one-on-one ladder matches anymore.
Right.
Which I like a one-on-one ladder match. I mean, look, I enjoy, the crash aspect of the multi-man ladder matches, but sometimes I just like seeing somebody put together. Yeah, psychology, just like a one-on-one ladder match. And obviously there was a lot of interference here with Luchasaurus. Another one. God damn it, drop that gimmick. You're a fucking beast at this point. You're a heel. Drop that gimmick. It's fine when you were in a tag team that had a comedy element, and that was fine. But you're a fucking monster. Does Luchasaurus sound like somebody I should be afraid of? The man absolutely is. The man sure fucking is. But like, drop that gimmick. I don't understand. But I did have a lot of fun with the match. Wardlow's swanton off the top of the ladder was fucking, I mean, goddamn, again. I'm sure Luchasaurus was just saying a prayer as he was going up. But Wardlow retains. A fun match. Again, I know we're not as enthusiastic about AEW, but I'm a little bit behind. I thought the women's title match with Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm, who I'm a fan of both of them, felt a little rushed. I think maybe Jamie Hayter might have been injured going in or something. Not a lot to say there. Toni Storm retains. Trios title. House of Black taking on the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass. Maybe the highlight of the whole show was the rap where they talked about Buddy Matthews being cucked by a kid called Dominic. That was pretty funny. Again, decent enough action. I'm not drawn into the storylines right now in AEW at all. There's no emotion for me. It's a collection of matches. That's the problem. It just House of Black gets the win. I like everybody in this match. Genuinely, I really do. I'm a fan of all 6 of these guys. But I don't know. The rap was good and everything, but I didn't feel like I had a reason to care. TBS title, Jade Cargill. who has gotten stale, in my opinion. She's just kind of like at that point where I don't really look forward to seeing her when I am able to watch AEW. She taking on Taya Valkyrie. I thought there might have been a shot at a title change here, which there was, but we'll get to that. Didn't happen. Jade retains. Solid match. Jade's kind of one of those ones that like she definitely feels like a star. The matches, usually so. But Taya's fucking awesome. I think WWE dropped the ball.
Former XPW Women's Champion.
No, they're former XPW Women's Champion. I was getting there. Maybe we'll see her again. Yeah, I mean, again, match was fine. I don't know. Again, I just don't feel that connection with AEW. I really do try. But we do get Chris Statlander returning, answering an open challenge, and taking the belt off Jade, ending that streak. Chris Statlander is a weird one, kind of like a Tegan Knox situation, though, where she has had multiple injuries that have sidelined her for significant periods. I think she's probably one of the more most potential of the homegrown. Homegrown is always debatable, but in terms of a national stage, homegrown stars, I don't know. I whether this was a good move or not, I can't say. We'll see if she can stay healthy. I am a fan of hers, but yeah, it was a moment with the. You could argue whether she should have been the one or not. I don't know. I guess time will tell there. And just running through the last bit of it, this was a fairly predictable show, to be honest. Nothing really earth-shattering happened. But the Four Pillars world title match, I thought the match was really good. There was no real suspense because none of those three were positioned to take the belt off MJF. So, it was a match. It was a fun match. The entrances were stupid. The Elvis entrance for Darby was kind of dumb. And you pointed out, Todd, Sammy Guevara, the pregnancy card thing. I just thought, okay, not to sound like an asshole, but you're
all that shit was corny. It's
yeah, they're trying to be WWE.
No, it's not even that. I do not get why the fuck all of these young kid wrestlers, and sorry, all the youngsters, need to incorporate their fandom into their gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
It drives me insane. I don't know why that has to be such an integral part. Your character should be an extension of you. I don't give a fuck if you like anime.
Yeah. No, I agree. If it doesn't make sense, don't do it. Even MJF tonight. What the fuck was that? Was that an Eyes Wide Shut thing? I mean, I was waiting for like MJF to just start like banging all the plague mask chicks. It was dumb. It was dumb.
That would have been good.
That would have gotten a pop out of me. But I just thought the entrances were all stupid. Sammy Guevara is just a natural heel. I mean, we've talked about him before. He's just one of those guys with such a punchable face. And
they showed Jungle Boy in the ring clapping for him too.
Yeah. It's just some of this is such small fucking stuff.
But I get it. It's like the social media generation. They feel they need to share everything. Do that shit on your social media, not in the middle of a fucking wrestling show on pay-per-view for like $50 fucking. I don't give a shit about your kid. Move on.
Yeah. There you go. No, I agree.
Congratulations, though. Didn't need to be on the show.
It's probably something that doesn't even maybe register for some fans, but yeah, it's like none of that. I'm like, Darby Allin, like the whole Elvis thing was fucking dumb. It wasn't funny. It felt like they were trying to out WWE with some of these big concept entrances, and I'm going to be honest, they're not good at it. I just thought it was goofy, stupid. The match was a lot of fun. No suspense. Once again, we knew who was going to, go over here and retain his title with MJF. But yeah, fun match. I'll be honest, I don't feel like you're getting your $50 worth with this show. Good wrestling, but like you watched about 50 hours of wrestling this week. So, and there was a lot of good wrestling, even in promotions we don't like. You get good wrestling, but there's a lot of good wrestling. You got to give me something more. A lot of that shit just took me out of it. I just thought it was stupid. Like you said, no offense, don't care about your kid. It doesn't fit your character to be doing that. The Elvis thing, dumb. I'm a big MJF fan, but I thought his entrance didn't, the mask and everything, that just felt totally fucking random. Didn't make any sense to me. But fun match. MJF retains. Main event, Blackpool Combat Club Elite. About what you would expect. Again, the match was fun. We get some barbed wire spots. I can't remember which of the Bucks, but the barefoot into the tax. Shout out Necro Butcher. He's not impressed by it. He taken a lot more worse. Van Grimm, one of the things I like about AEW is seeing the development of these 4 up-and-comers. True. So Jungle Boy is a UEW guy where he started out. A lot of his early matches, or all of his early matches, pretty much, most of them are in UEW. Kruger gave Jungle Boy his first pile driver. He's talked about that before. So I really like Jungle Boy a lot.
Yeah, I admit I'm biased.
He's kind of like one of those, like, I don't think he could turn heel. Like, he's just one of those natural baby faces that I think, yeah, I who knows in the future. He's obviously not at that point where he's positioned to get a belt yet, but yeah, I enjoyed the match. There was no suspense. But our main event, not a lot to say. Again, it was fun. I don't see anybody that's into AEW necessarily being disappointed. Wild brawl all over the place. Wild thing, like, you're not New Jack. But cut the music after a little bit. I'm just going to say that. I didn't need that to go as long as it did. Maybe that's just me. There was some goofiness too. I mean, again, the exploding super kick thing and everything. There was some goofiness too. I feel like you probably have more issues than I did. This was fine. I don't know why you send out Konosuke in a mask. Because in people's head, they're thinking, CM Punk.
Well, that's why they did it. You answered your own question.
But, I mean, that's fine. I like Konosuke, but yeah. I mean, again, I don't feel personally $50 worth for this show. And $50 is a hard sell for anybody anymore for a show. Some fun wrestling. For the most part, though, up until the last 2 matches, I feel like I probably was just watching AEW TV. For the most part. I mean, again, I like the ladder match. Really cool. Some of the shit that Wardlow pulled off in that. But the show as a whole didn't feel like a big deal to me. We'll get into it. I think Night of Champions was a better show out of it, which we can get into. But yeah. So, and shout out to anybody new listening tonight. It's good to see you. Brian Ginsburg, AEW are the lords of random nonsensical shit. They are. But I'm not like a hater. I really wish I was more positive about AEW. But I don't know. I'm just always like, there's stuff that I like. There's people certainly that I like, but I just don't have any kind of engagement in the product. I don't think CM Punk at this point is going to make a bit of difference. That feels like all we fucking talked about in regards to AEW for the last year plus is CM Punk. I think that whole thing did more damage than it can't be erased at this point. Tony Khan looks like a dork. You know, there's just too much focus on all that. I agree. I don't feel any emotional connection to AEW. Hopefully that'll change. I'm still rooting for them, but I just don't have that emotional connection. And Todd nailed it. There were a lot of issues that probably a lot of people don't think are issues in that fatal 4-way match. Yeah. So anyways, Night of Champions. We kick this off with the World Heavyweight title, which I'm hoping carries the lineage. A lot of people were talking about that, whether it does or doesn't, because they keep calling it. And I take a new title as hopefully just meaning new belt, not, you know, I should have that lineage, but of course Roman's still walking around with 2 belts, so it's a little confusing. I think Seth and AJ had a great match. One of the better ones I've seen from AJ in a while. There's always these issues now because AJ has just had such bangers in Japan, TNA, just everywhere he was pre-WWE. So a lot of that's hard to live up to. I did think this was a really good match. It kind of sucks that it went on first. And I know Seth was filming something or whatever, but
he had to go start his Captain America role.
Yeah. Which, okay, I get it. I do feel new title. You don't want it to feel secondary. It is. It just is right now. You know, you've got a champion that's had it for over 1,000 days and has beaten everybody in the company at this point. But it does suck, though. I do think it should have closed. And it was a quality match. I think it would have been fine. So Seth gets the belt. Again, kind of predictable, but I did enjoy the match a lot.
Yeah, it was a solid match.
Yeah, really good match. Better than solid, I think. Trish taking on Becky. Trish looked kind of rough, and it makes sense. I mean, she's had, 10 matches maybe in the last 16 years or whatever it's been. This one was, it was what it was. It wasn't awful, but it was a little bit sloppy. I like that they're putting Zoe Stark into something big because I think she's really talented. And we need to incorporate and actually do something with a lot of these new call-ups. So I was a fan of that. The match was kind of whatever at this point. I don't know. I know Trish has her fans, but I'm kind of over it. But what up, Brian? Good night, man.
We got someone
Thanks
on
for joining us.
Someone on Twitch saying hello.
Oh, what up? What up? Yes, you can check us out on Twitch.
I know.
So yeah, I don't know. This match for me, I get it. I get it. Get some buzz and everything, but I'm kind of okay with Trish being done. Lita, I've always said it before. She came along at the right time. She's a little bit overhyped. I don't think she would have been the star she was then if she came along today. Some people would just strongly disagree with that, but she's slower. I know she wasn't in a match tonight. I'm just saying in general now. I'm ready to kind of move on with that. I think they have enough newer, younger talent that we don't need to rely on that anymore. But I guess Trish is still sticking around for a while, so we'll see. I'm looking forward to Becky, Zoe Stark, though.
Why was your gear trying to get herself over, though? Trish Stratus, what it's.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay, cool.
Yeah. It was the weakest match on the card, though, to be honest.
It took me a minute. I was like, why is Trish wearing that gear that I remembered we were in Saudi Arabia? Because Becky made sense because he's worn the Kill Bill getup before.
We get a progression each show where they get a well, I hate to say get away. It's it shouldn't be an issue, but we see more and more that people remember those first shows that they did, women weren't allowed. We had overt racism where Sami Zayn wasn't allowed. Aleister Black wasn't allowed because his tattoos were satanic. So there are a lot of crazy shit that.
Well, they did something good. We didn't have to see. They didn't want to see Aleister Black either.
I don't get your fucking issues with him. I'm a big fan, but I don't get it. Grumpy
because he does the black face.
That was pointed out also in the wrap tonight. So Gunther taking on Mustafa Ali. Again, no suspense here, obviously, not time for him. He needs to beat Honky Tonk Man's record at this point. I don't know how much longer he's got, but fun match.
How dare you disrespect the legendary Honky Tonk Man?
Dude, I'm going to be honest. It wasn't much of a run. Like, I mean, getting squashed by Warrior, like, I get it.
It was all the setup for that. Don't disrespect the Honky.
I enjoy his shoot interviews. I'm just saying, him
and New Jack. Come on,
he's not New Jack and Iron Sheik together. All three of them. Some funny shit.
That's a watch along.
That is a watch along. A fun match. It's tough with the way they're booking Gunther because it's like the matches that he had with Ilya Dragunov, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne in NXT and NXT UK are some of the best, most hard-hitting matches I've seen in WWE, just in WWE in general in the last decade. I highly recommend. I know NXT UK wasn't the most watched program, but there were some fucking bangers on that show. The two matches he had with Dragunov are just fucking insane. Like, just violence. Like, you would not believe. You should do yourself a favor and go back and watch those. But again, sometimes the way they present the character, he needs to just kill people. Luckily, they gave Mustafa Ali some good offense here. It was a really fun match. Of course, Gunther retained. Asuka taking on Bianca. I'm glad Asuka got the belt here. Bianca needs to turn heel. I think she's another one that is super talented, but just felt kind of stale. I felt she was almost in like a John Cena sort of position right now, where it was just like, I get it. I'm not finding this as compelling. And I really like this finish with the mist on the fingers rubbed into the eyes. I thought it was a really cool finish, and I had a lot of fun with this match. I think they probably should have given it to Asuka at WrestleMania, to be honest. She hasn't had a win there, but I'm glad it happened here. It made this show, I thought, going into Night of Champions, which, again, was kind of an issue with AEW and some other recent pay-per-views where it just felt like some good wrestling, but nothing really happened of consequence. So I was happy to see a title change here. Then we get Rhea Ripley taking on Natalya. Not a lot to be said there. Just short match. It went exactly as you'd expect. Cody Brock.
Okay, wait, pause.
Yeah.
Remember how I said there was a little thing in this match?
The Rhea Ripley Natalya match?
Yeah, that like kind of probably went over most people's heads. Like him jumping into Rhea's arms, like that is something that would not be okay in that culture.
Oh, say that again. I'm sorry. I got
when this. You know how he jumps in Rhea's arms.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. But then again, just having women competing.
Yeah, I know, but that's just another little thing. I was like,
yeah, I'm telling you, they need to do another Greatest Royal Rumble, and I want
they don't need to.
No. That was like 50 man, right?
Oh,
I want number 50 to hit. And then I just want the debut of the Body. One night only. Special attraction. I don't want him to leave XPW. The Body comes out at number 50 and just wins it in Saudi Arabia. Greatest Royal Rumble champion.
I get where you're going for there. Yeah.
There we go. You can just picture it all over the news. Or if you can't get the Body, if Rob Black won't loan out the Body, maybe Rico. If Rico is like, just think about it. You hit 50, you look so good to me, and then he just comes out and wins the whole thing. That's what I want to see.
Good for Rico. I'd rather be okay with that.
They might want to have those jets gassed up and ready to go with that. But so all right, Cody Brock, another match I really enjoyed. I mean, with Brock, sometimes you get just the nothing burger squash matches. I think he's had great chemistry with Cody Rhodes. Another match I really, really enjoyed. Obviously, we're going to get one more. Cody's on his hero's journey, passes out to the Kimura. I like the booking here. It would be disastrous at this point if Cody Rhodes gets hurt. But I think they need to keep this going. I would not put the money in the bank on Cody Rhodes. And it's entirely possible that they will. To me, he should fail. He should fail there again. Whether that's Brock that screws him over. I think the rubber match will get Brock Cody maybe again at SummerSlam. But I think heels in general need to hold those briefcases. The money in the bank, I've said for a while, I'd be content if they drop it as a pay-per-view.
I agree. It shouldn't, yeah. We don't need another Royal Rumble, which is basically what they're positioning it as.
I would like it to be like a match maybe you do at WrestleMania. They're always trying to get people on the card anyways.
No, do it. You do one at SummerSlam. That's what you do.
SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Don't drop the match concept, but just use it when it makes sense. Same thing dropping the Hell in the Cell as a pay-per-view. You use Hell in a Cell when that makes the most sense. Don't be locked into it.
But it's the Money in the Bank's going nowhere because it is that Royal Rumble for SummerSlam now.
Well, yeah, and you're locked into something you may not be prepared to do. Yeah, I mean, it's a bad example, but like Otis, obviously you're never putting the belt on him. I get that was a weird time during the pandemic, but yeah, I think again, do it when it makes sense. And we get our main event. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, who of course had not been a part of the Saudi shows. Big moment. Like, that's really significant that Sami was finally allowed to work this show. It's bullshit that he was ever denied going there in the first place. But in all fairness, progress. Big moment. I was happy to see that. Of course, I'm a big...
Why was he denied originally? I forget now. It's been a while.
Dude, like, I have no answer for that other than blatant racism. It was his Syrian descent.
Oh, okay. Syria.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sure he does all that Sammy for Syria charitable work, too. I'm sure that didn't help. But no, it was just blatant racism. Okay. He wasn't allowed... There's no bit... I mean... Sorry if anybody from Saudi Arabia listens to the show, but that's the reason. It was fucked.
No, it wasn't them. It was their government. So
the government, yeah. And I'm sure most of the people would agree it's bullshit. And he got cheered. Like, I wondered, like, you're not sure. I'm like, man, I hope he doesn't come out and get booed or something. But they were going wild for him. We're finally kind of at that point where the bloodlines kind of officially imploding. They kind of circled back and it worked. Like, you're still telling that story from before WrestleMania, and Sammy kind of getting his moment. Granted, pinning him in a tag match, but still, like, that was really cool. This was a great show. I mean, I'm gonna call it. It was a great show overall.
I didn't hate it. I told Ozzy that too. I was like, for me, it's like a pretty big deal on this.
Yeah, a couple matches. There's some predictability on the show, but like overall, I mean, I don't know if I'd say WrestleMania level, but there was moments that felt WrestleMania level, which, we go back, like some of these Saudi shows were rough for a while. They have gotten a lot better over time.
I think because they stopped trying to like focus on the old nostalgia acts as much. Like, this felt like a pay-per-view they would have just had here. They normally like do the other way when they go to like the
other than the cultural stuff with Ali and Sammy, obviously, which I thought was really cool again. Yeah. I thought Night of the Champions was actually a pretty
Night
solid
of
show.
Champions. There's no the Dan. Come on.
Night of Champions. There you go. So yeah, I know we've recently, I mean, obviously we're going to focus more on XPW than anything else, but we'll try and do these once in a while when they make sense. We're never going to cover just Raw and SmackDown every week because there's just too many people that do it, and that might be a little forced, but maybe Money in the Bank's in the UK. We'll see how that lines up with another XPW show, and maybe we'll get to talk about
that's the best luck is if it's a big show or it lines up with XPW.
Yeah, I think Money in the Bank should be interesting. I hope, well, Asuka, I guess, is essentially a heel, so it may not be I don't know. I just want heels to get both briefcases. That works with a heel. I know you're going to hate to hear this, Todd, but LA Knight is not a bad candidate to get the men's briefcase. You've got that irrational hate for him.
It's not irrational. I hate his face.
I don't.
What?
He is a heel. Now he is older. He's like 39, but other than that, like that dude's a potential champion.
Man, I hate his promos. I hate the way he talks. He sounds so corny.
I disagree. I like LA Knight, but I get it. You've got that hate in your eyes, Todd.
I've been calling you a hater lately, Dan. I'm 100% being a hater on this guy. Nope.
Chelsea's got to change her gimmick, be Miss Chelsea, and Masada's got to come back with tassels. I'm fantasy booking it, Todd. I've got.
You want Macho Masada?
Macho Masada. Macho Masada has to happen.
Ben's an LA Knight fan, also. You guys, that's all right.
I mean, I don't see what
he's no Baron Corbin. I'll just say that.
Oh, Todd.
I would legitimately rather watch a Baron Corbin match than an LA Knight.
I'll say this. Baron Corbin got fucked by bad booking. I think he's a talented guy and he's a good heel. It's just people associate him with so much bad shit at this point. It's hard for him to be anything other than what he is now.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's just, and there was a point where I swore they were going to put a belt on him, a world title on him. It really seemed like that was because I know they love him, but it is what it is. He's just one of those ones, bad booking.
Ozzy hates him so bad. It's entertaining.
It's hard when you're just handed a lot of shit. He's a good heel and he's good in the ring.
There's that other one you have your hate for in WWE, which wasn't on the show.
Me?
Yes. I'm not going to say because Ozzy said he was a fan of him last time.
No, you got to say because I'm not sure who you're talking about.
Rat Middle.
Oh, Matt Riddle. Fuck that piece of shit.
There you go.
Fucking
but I said yours isn't irrational. I said yours isn't irrational. Fuck him.
Rob Van Dam wannabe stoner piece of shit. Fuck him, Matt Riddle.
Corbin living off having a badass finisher for years. I think Riddle is just the guy.
That is one of the most protected finishers. End of days, like I mean, we talk about it a lot of kicking out of finishes. I mean, that's not a new thing, but end of days, very rarely does somebody get to kick out of that. I think maybe Cena probably kicked out of it, but like for the most part, it's like one of those and done. It's one of the more protected finishes. So I will say that for the end of days, and it is a cool finish. But LA Knight is fucking awesome, Todd. And he's really good in the ring too. You don't give him enough credit.
Not a fan.
That's fine. That's fine.
He's another guy that came at the UEW arena. Fucking worked that.
It's always some personal thing.
It's not even personal.
Did he steal your hot dog too?
No. He worked for a certain promoter that everyone knew. It's one of those things. I don't respect some of the guys that worked a certain promotion.
I feel like he cut in front of you at the hot dog stand. Tough luck, buddy. Yeah. And then Todd just put him on his list. Todd just put him on his list. He got the last hot dog. Tough luck, buddy. Yeah. That's what happened, Todd. You hold
if there was another
against a woman for 20 plus years because she got your hot dog. Sonny, by the way, Miss Tammy Sitch, the murderer.
If that's not part of the dark side. Oh shit, we're about to be weekly again.
Oh fuck yeah. We're definitely covering Dark Side.
Yeah, we'll be back next Sunday.
Is that next Sunday?
No, it's like this. It's like Tuesday, so we'll be back.
Fuck, I got to remember to DVR it.
We'll talk about that because I had another idea anyway. So
I feel like we need to do a 3-parter for the Marty Jannetty.
Babe Grimm says Knight is a Pepsi drinker. That's why. Is this true? Is he also? But you know what? I don't hate Punk for his Pepsi love, and he's got a fucking tattoo of it. But I mean, he doesn't like drugs either or alcohol, so he's an idiot. So whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll cover that. What's kicking off Dark Side of the Ring? Marty Jannetty. It's Sonny's the first one. I hope they go hard on that.
Oh, I'm already thinking that we might have some extra reviews next week.
I hope they go hard on that fucking bitch.
Damn, why are you fucking with Sonny?
She fucking killed somebody, Todd, or got them killed. She's fucking bitch, Todd. I mean, there's no defending Sonny.
We'll save this for that show.
She's not a Matt Riddle level piece of shit, but
next week you could hear my hot dog story, and you know what? Maybe we should review that event. All right.
And Ben did correct me. Only Drew McIntyre kicked out of it. Okay, maybe Cena didn't. I was like, it's a very well protected finish. It really is. He usually, if he connects with it, it's over.
Corbin talked about being mad about having to give that up. The kick. Here's a question for you. I haven't been following the rumors. You know, I'm don't give a shit like about all that now. Them letting Drew go, is that like?
I know his contract is coming up, but I also believe he's back with the. I can't see them letting him go
because that's where I heard it at. Well, like more like he was letting himself go. You know what I mean?
He really got fucked because he was given finally the keys to the kingdom, and then the world went to shit. I think right when he was having that run, I believe that's when everything locked down. He got fucked. Rhea Ripley at the time, although she certainly ascended back.
Didn't he win the Rumble?
Yeah, it was that right before the world went to shit.
And Edge, at least Edge got that. That's the one thing I'm glad Edge got that return moment at the Rumble before. Because if he would, because otherwise it would have hit like that Matt Hardy return at AEW.
It was the worst possible time. But my thing with Drew McIntyre has always been that was a rough time. I've been a wrestling fan forever, and just speaking to WWE right now, I've never gone any significant length of time not keeping up and watching WWE. It was hard during that empty arena era.
See, it didn't bother me like it did you. That was like our one difference. I remember we switched roles for that. Like,
it didn't work. It was something that, especially for WWE, because again, we're talking, sports entertainment here, big crowds. It didn't work. It was depressing. It was at least a couple months that I basically wasn't watching because I just couldn't take it. Drew McIntyre held down the fort. He didn't get that moment with Brock that he should have gotten. I do feel bad because he never quite got that momentum back. He's done a lot of cool shit since then, but he is not somebody that they should let go. 2024 is going to be really interesting, though. It may not be, because quite frankly, I think a lot are going to stay put. MJF is going to be hard. I personally think that he's already agreed to terms. I have a feeling MJF's already re-signed. But certainly WWE is going to make an offer, I would think. The Bucks and Omega, I feel like that would only be interesting for like maybe that first whatever they do. Then after that, it's like, okay, they're there. And I'm not the biggest Bucks guy.
Right.
So, I like Kenny. I do like Kenny, and I'd be curious to see what he would do under the WWE banner. He's a little bit older, a lot of injuries now. I don't know if they're going to invest that money, but 2024 could be interesting.
Maybe just as a nephew to Punk.
As a nephew to Punk. Yeah, well, and MJF also has the Cody relationship. We were watching AEW. I don't know how a Wardlow doesn't go to WWE.
Right.
Because he's another one. I don't think he's super young. Ben Grimm, Logan Paul about to win Money in the Bank. Honestly, that wouldn't shock me if they did that.
Yeah,
but,
at least he's a heel, right?
Yeah, he is a heel. You know what? That's not an entirely ridiculous scenario.
And they get the press for it, too.
They get the press. I kind of hope they don't do that personally, but I could see them totally doing it.
Yeah, not the worst booking choice.
Yeah. But, Jade Cargill going to WWE. Again, because she got kind of stale in AEW. And I think
she could have good matches, too. I'd like to see her in Charlotte.
She's a star. Her in-ring is not on the level of a Charlotte or, that upper echelon. But she's good enough, and she does have that star quality. I have no idea when her deal's up. I don't know how she doesn't. Because, again, she's in her 30s. She's young. But there may not be that second big offer. MJF has plenty of time to potentially go to WWE if he doesn't this go round. We'll see. But Wardlow, Ricky Starks is another one. Quite frankly, I think would be really good in WWE. And I hate to say it, but as much as I want AEW to be that alternative, they're not really for me.
XPW is the alternative.
XPW is the alternative, and if XPW had, I would take XPW having. No, I don't. I would. Can you imagine XPW on TNT?
and you saw fucking ECW on TNN was watered down.
Don Callis stays, but he's bringing back his ECW character. Just lecturing the fans. No more show your butthole chance.
He's back with the network. You got hired by TNT.
He's back with the network.
I love that game. That shit was so entertaining. You know my favorite call in fucking commentary that made me laugh the hardest?
What was that?
The Joey Styles one, where it's him and Joel Gertner, and Joey makes a reference to Dallas about who shot JR, and then fucking Joel's just like, oh my god, someone shot JR. Just the way he delivered it, hilarious.
I miss Joel.
Yeah. Talking about good promos.
Great promos. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all we have, but
I was going to say one thing we didn't bring up. On the XPW TV on the last episode, they had some cool footage, which was actually used in Whack Attack 5, one of the federal. No, Whack Attack 5 is not a federal 5. But with all the backstage footage with ECW and Big Dick and all them, with the porno stuff. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was cool. Just they had that retro, footage that I've never seen. So if you haven't seen XPW TV or the pay-per-view, go check them both out.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll always watch XPW TV because it does add, and sometimes they're not the full matches, but you can check out certain things.
And if you want to see the dick spot, it's on last week's episode, so go check it out on Stream XPW.
And I'm just gonna say, Xtreme Associates section should happen at some point.
They have some X-Girls.
They do. So, guys, Squared Circle Society will be back. We'll be talking about the Dark Side of the Ring episodes, which will be a lot of fun.
Hopefully, we get Pugs, but I know he's gonna be bummed. He's gonna miss the first
sunny one.
Yeah.
Pugs shall return though, hopefully in June at some point soon, hopefully. But it is busy season. It is work, so I know he wants to be here. So guys, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1. It starts at, and we get a lot of exclusive, original, uncensored content. We will be back here Wednesday for Flesh Wound Horror Live. And
tomorrow, check out Flesh Wound Farce.
Flesh Wound Farce tomorrow with your tribal chief, Ozzy V, and Todd and Greg. And that's all we have for you guys. Good night. We'll see you soon.
Good evening.
Desert Eagle.